Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be sharing with you all my favorites from the month of November. I have a lot of good things to show you, some things that are a little bit surprising, some new types of things. I have kind of a dud to share too this month. Sometimes I don't make it a point to always include a dud because sometimes there just is not one. But I have one that's kind of a weird dud as well. But first, I hope that all of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and if you got out on Black Friday, if you were brave enough to do that, then I hope that you got some great deals. I am just I'm just always honest on here. I'm just not a Black Friday. It just makes my skin crawl. I think especially it started really freaking me out when the stores started opening at 5 p.m., 4 p.m. on Thanksgiving or whatever they do. I always think of Black Friday as you wake up at 3, 4 a.m., you go and hit the stores really, really early on Friday morning, but I just think it's so crazy that these stores are opening on Thanksgiving. I'm not into that. Tell me how you feel about that. I'm just not into it. It just freaks me out. I just don't get it. Thanksgiving to me is just such a relaxing day. And the last thing that I want to do when I'm in a food coma is put on my shoes and head out the door and go stand and walk and stare. Especially freaked me out one year in college when I worked Black Friday and when I was working retail at the mall, and I had to park in a field that wasn't even a part of the mall, and I was 20 minutes late to work. And people were so rude, and they were just like animals, And I always say this, I'm getting off on a tangent, I know, but this is important, I feel. I feel like everyone in their life at some point should be required to work retail, because I think it just makes you, not that I'm saying a better person, but it just makes you more tolerant and more appreciative of people that are there working retail. Because honestly, shoppers can turn into the biggest animals, and it is crazy, even when it's not Black Friday. People forget how to use hangers, and they trash dressing rooms, and they break stuff, and it's you put all these clothes in a dressing room, and then the person's in there 5 minutes, hangers are broken, clothes are on the floor, and it's they just walk out no big deal, And it's I will never understand that. And so ever since then, if I'm ever in a store, I just always think of, okay, let me fold this back. Someone else is going to have to do it. I'm not going to make someone else do that. It just makes you look like the biggest, craziest animal in stores. People are so rude. And, sometimes people complain, oh, well, that salesperson was such a bee, or she was so snotty, or so this or so that. Honestly, I kind of understand it sometimes because they deal with these crazy animal people that are coming in stores all the time. And you find it a lot sometimes in really fancy stores. Sometimes they're kind of just because I've seen people in those more expensive stores or whatever, and they just act so shoppers are just horrible. They just act so entitled and so weird sometimes. I can't take it. I can't take it. Not all shoppers, I'm just saying, I totally understand when people are complete a-holes that work in stores. I understand it. I get it because I've been there. You try to be nice to people, but people are freaking animals. Gosh, my eye is twitching again. Why is it? Every video, it's yeah, we'll get into the favorites now. I just had to get that off my chest, but I hope that you found some good deals if you went out on Black Friday. I'm not saying I go shopping. I'm not an animal. I'm not saying everybody's crazy that goes shopping, but I do think that working retail at least once in your life kind of makes you understand how hard these people do work, and you should be nice to them. Okay, so I got a lot of favorites. I got a lot of good things, I feel, this month. First, this is just a no-brainer. The Ready Set Gorgeous by CoverGirl. I do have a video on this. It's awesome. I've gone back to different foundations that I've really even raved about over the last several months before I tried this, and it's just when you find something that's better, there's no comparison. So I love this stuff. You don't have to touch up with it. It controls oil. It's amazing. My skin has been a mess during my pregnancy. It's been better lately though, for a couple different reasons, I feel. And I feel like that's helped it because it's kept the oil, it really controls the oil. So that's been really nice. Next is a sort of weird item. I have a couple skincare things, and then I'll go into the makeup and then the dud. I am a Dove soap lover. This is the soap that we've used for years in the shower. I didn't want to bring our used one in here, so I just brought a nice new one in the box. I love the way it smells. I just get the regular one, not the sensitive skin one, just the regular one that says White Beauty Bar for deep moisture, just the regular one. And I always buy them in the giant, 24, whatever big pack it is, where you get a ton of the soaps. It's very inexpensive, and we use it in the shower. That's what I clean my skin with. It's just what I really like. Brad uses it too. It leaves a good scent on your skin, but it's not overpowering. Every now and then in the shower, if I haven't put my face wash back in there from my sink, or sometimes I'll just do it just two, I'll use this on my face and it's fine. So every time I would wash my face, I started using it because I had a lot, my skin kind of has gone up and down during my pregnancy. It's never been perfect during it by any means, but sometimes it's breaking out more than others. One time I had a really bad situation, and I just thought, okay, I'm not going to use anything exfoliating. I don't want to use anything crazy. I'm just going to use very basic things. A bar soap like this is the last thing that I would have ever put on my face, but I'm not kidding. I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like it started drying up really quickly after I used that. My skin doesn't feel tight when I use that, but it feels clean. I don't have any clogged pores. If a product is gonna break my skin out, I can always tell right through here because I get really clogged pores right there. And then of course my hormonal stuff is always right there. Sucks. But and on my forehead a little bit. I noticed that my skin was staying really smooth, and like I said, I've used it for a month and I haven't had any issues with that. So far so good. But I feel like it really takes care of those pimples and breakouts that aren't from hormones. And when I do have hormonal stuff pop up, which I have not had, I've probably had 70% less, I guess that's a good percentage of breakouts lately. And I don't know if it's because of this, but I'm gonna keep using it because my skin is doing really well. And then I looked up some stuff about it online, and people rave about this stuff for acne and for just their skin, and it's crazy. So I have been using this just morning and night as my cleanser, and it has been working wonderfully. It's such an inexpensive, simple thing, but it is working amazingly, and I've really, really been enjoying it. And also, years and years back, the first dermatologist that I ever went to, I remember I was having a little bit of a skin issue. I was breaking out, and it probably wasn't even that big of a deal because I never really, really broke out until I was an adult. But I think I remember asking him, well, what kind of soap do I use? And he goes, or what kind of face wash should I use? And I expected something I wanted some Miracle fancy face wash, and he was like, just plain old Dove soap. And I remember being like, okay, you're right. And I never did that. So, I don't know. I just always thought that was funny. That was always in the back of my mind. So give this a try. I was really impressed with it. When we went on vacation recently, I did not have my moisturizer with me, so I purchased this one. And it is the Neutrogena Oil-Free Moisture for combination skin. And I have fallen in love with this stuff. It won't clog your pores, it's alcohol-free, allergy-tested, fragrance-free. It says it'll control shine in oily areas, it'll normalize combination skin by moisturizing dry areas, and controlling shine in oily areas. And they also have one that says normal skin or dry, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they have different ones, but this is the one that says, it's the pink little label that says combination skin. And yeah, this moisturizer hasn't done anything crazy either. It's just a really good, reminds me of the Skin MD, but I like it a little better, I think. So I'm definitely gonna keep repurchasing this. I've used quite a bit of it, and I use it every day. I like to use it before I do my makeup. I mean, I use moisturizer in the morning anyways, but it feels so good right before my makeup because I don't usually like to use a primer. So using this before is really nice. It doesn't leave your skin feeling heavy or greasy. And I think it's because it's that combination skin one. I have been meaning to mention this for the past few months now. It is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Smooth Operator Finishing Powder. I do have the loose version as well, and I don't like it as much as this one. This pressed version is wonderful, but what I first started using it for, and it's like a translucent powder, and it just, if you ever go to a store that has this, just at least swatch it and feel. It feels just like nothing I've ever felt. It's not creamy feeling because it's for sure a powder, but it feels slippery. But what I like to do with it is use a 34 brush like this, and like I always do under my eyes, but I like to sort of just lightly set my under eye concealer with it, and I don't get any of that like old crepiness look throughout the day. Like, it sets your concealer, whoa, my eyebrows are crazy over here. It sets your concealer, but it keeps your under eye area looking really smooth. So I started using it all over my face, and I find that it does the same thing. It really makes your fine lines look a lot better. And then if you've got any areas that are uneven or any breakouts or anything, it sort of makes everything just blur and look a little smoother. So it's called Smooth Operator, so I mean, that makes sense. But it's just the most unique powder I've ever tried, and I do really enjoy it. And it works perfectly with this Ready Set Gorgeous because this has such good coverage and a good finish that I don't need to really like add more powder to the top of it or do anything crazy. And I have really been enjoying the Bare Minerals one that I've been talking about lately, but this one is just really great too. So especially just a must-have for under your eyes right there. I just put a little more on actually, but this Tony Moly lip balm has been a staple. I just really love it. But the reason I'm really talking about this is because I pair it with a lip liner, and that's what I've done today. That's all that I have on. It is the MAC Half Red lip liner or lip pencil, just the regular lip pencil. And then I use this with it, and it just makes the prettiest, like, I don't know, it's just the prettiest lip combo. But I was using this thinking this was Dervish, and my Dervish is a lot shorter, so I don't know why I thought it was, but I just remember I kept grabbing it, and I would use it, and I would think, wow, this is a lot darker. But it's sort of the same tone as Dervish, but it's a little darker. And I thought, oh, well, maybe it's just because I just sharpened it or something, I don't know. But it is a bit darker of a lip pencil for me than I would normally go for. But what is so cool about it is that I can line my lips with it, and I just line my real line of my lips. I can't overline my lips because it just looks crazy. My lips are really pale along the outer part, so sometimes they look really, really small if I don't have on lip liner, and I've really been enjoying lip liner lately. So, but that's another story. But this works really well, and I would definitely say that it's one of my top lip liners. The Half Red, don't let that scare you because there's really nothing like red about it. It's like a mauvey burgundy, like a dusty mauvey burgundy, but so pretty. And so I'll line my lips with it, and then sometimes I'll just kind of take my finger and just kind of smooth it out. And just so that I don't have a harsh line, since I don't add a lot of color to my actual lips, I will just feather the color in, you know, and turn it on its side, and then I might just sort of smear it a little with my finger on the inside of my lips. I could take a lip brush and sort of do the same thing, and then I use the Tony Moly Clear Lip Balm and just kind of go around. My lips are peeling a little bit. But any kind of lip gloss or lip balm, it's just nice. You don't always have to layer like lip pencil, lipstick, and then I've just really enjoyed doing this, and it lasts so long. The color lasts so long on my lips during the day. The YSL Couture Palette Wild Edition. I bought this sort of on a whim. Looks like that. I got it at Sephora, and I haven't even taken the little sticker off the mirror, but I have been wearing this non-stop, and I have really enjoyed it. I'm wearing it today, and today golly, this eyebrow is like going nuts. Use some brow gel. The colors are just perfect. And today I used that darker color just all over, just really softly. And then put a little of this warmer color in the crease. You can just do so much with it. And the colors are really, really nice. Like, good quality. They all blend together really nicely. So, this is a very, very good little palette. And something that I am so, so happy that I purchased. And highly recommended. My dud this month is this Giorgio Armani mascara, and it's the Black Ecstasy. I showed this in a haul. I was so excited about it. The girl that sold it to us had the most, her eyelashes were amazing. Now that I look back, I think she had eyelash extensions, and she just was like, oh, it's just the best stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I know how much I love my Armani Eyes to Kill, so I was like, yeah, can't go wrong. I'll just get this. The brush is nice. But over the month of using it, the formula just never really dried out into what I wanted it to be. You know, sometimes mascaras are just very goopy right off the bat. You know, they can make your lashes look a little clumpy. And then after you have used it for maybe I don't know, a couple weeks, or you've had it, you know, open for a little bit, it just gets better. And the Chanel Volume de Chanel is one of my favorite mascaras. That's a perfect example of a mascara that does that. So I thought that's what this was gonna do, and it never did. It never got good. So I keep trying to like it, and I just don't. I feel like I have to work with it too much. The smell has really changed too. It smells like bubbles, you know, like the bubble juice, you know, like kids' bubbles. It's changed into that scent mixed with like really strong pepper. It just does not smell good anymore. Like I get the biggest whiff of it. Not that it should smell good, but I just get the nastiest whiff of it when I open it. So I don't know what the heck is with this stuff. And then when you go back to the regular Eyes to Kill, I'll show you what that looks like. Oh, losing my sweater. You know, just the regular Armani Eyes to Kill. It is just like, you can't tell a lot just by seeing the thing, but oh my gosh, this stuff is amazing. And I just wanted to try that. I knew that, I mean, I don't regret trying it because I know I would have eventually, since I love the Armani Eyes to Kill. Just beware with this. Don't get super sucked into it. Maybe if they have a sample, maybe get a sample before you try. It's just not my favorite. And my friend that bought it with me, I think she was kind of underwhelmed by it too. Some of you may love it, but I'm just, you know, just my opinion. So that's it, guys. Again, I hope that you had a wonderful weekend and a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. And I will do a pregnancy vlog this week. I know that I skipped Wednesday last week, so one of those should be up this week as well, so I will see you again for that. And then I have my gift guide coming up on Friday, so get excited for that. So I will see you guys then. Have a great week, and yeah, bye guys.